we are almost ready to go. Cool beans. Uh-oh, grab a shirt, grab a shirt. Gotta grab a shirt. Uh-oh. Scott's here. Good morning, good evening, good evening. Just getting ready to roll. Come on. Come on, there we go. And here we go. Fernando, first on the list. Cool beanies. Let's do this. Hey, I'm James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, looking for a safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. Scott, Mark, Mommy and me, how are you today? Secretariat, how are you today? All right. Jim Bibby, what's happening? Polar. Hendadito. Okay. Vertical Cinema. Hey, James, if you could recommend one dividend right now, what would it be? I like Macy's. Sorry, Macy's just been good. Can't wait to get back into it on Monday. Been away, a rough week this week. Yeah, I actually took a loss this week, and I'm a little unhappy about that. I think a couple of weeks ago, may have been last week or the week before, I hit the wrong button and I sold something when I should have bought it. And it's like, shit, I keep telling people, be aware of what you're doing because every once in a while you will hit the wrong button. And I did. Secretary, we need to find a drone company stock that pays dividends. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. 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 $1 billion. What are some other strategies you offer not for free? I heard you say one night. Wow. There is a calendar spread. There's a regular spread, credit spread, debit spread, vertical, diagonal. Then you always have your iron condors. You have your there's a whole bunch of them. Hold on. Hold the phone. Here we go, right here. Vertical, back ratio, calendar, diagonal, straddle, strangle, covered, collar, butterfly, condor, iron condor, vertical roll, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of them. But I only do like 2 or 3 because they're simple and easy to get, to understand. And I honestly don't want to spend that much time in front of a computer. I don't. I have other things I want to do. I mean, for the past week and a half, I've been down at my mother's house doing, yard work. She wants to do a tribute garden. And we're actually, instead of rebuilding the shed, we're actually making a tiny house. So I'm not quite sure how well that's going to go over. Is what it is. Anyway, let's jump in and let's go through what we have coming up for next week. Looks like we have about 40 companies. Unusual machines would be the drone stock you'd want. UMAC, okay. Corn Pop is the next 100X. Really? Corn Pop? Never heard of it. Love the cap. Jill, thank you. I'm having a bad hair day. I just didn't want to look at it. And it's a little chilly, so imagine that. I'm in Florida and it's a little chilly. Coach Joel, how are you doing today? UMAC. Let's take a look at UMAC. UMAC. Let's try it one more time. UMAC. It has no options, so we're not even going to think of it. Okay? Sorry. I don't do companies that don't have options. Ken, Kiwi, Gerard, Cloudy Day, Jeff Bolton, Alberto, ¿Qué pasa, Alberto? Sue Swink, how are you doing? Brady Minx. Brady Minx, what a lovely name. Steve Fraley, Tyler, how are y'all doing? Okay, so you guys got to rattle off some stuff. If not, I'm just going to go through my own list. Menopause mom. Alrighty, I'm not going to touch that one. Any prediction for XRP? XRP is not a dividend stock, so sorry. CDT. What the heck is CDT? Conduit Pharmaceutical. No options, no thank you. I like my suitcase. My suitcase? All right, thank you. I'm not quite sure what a suitcase is. Spelled that way. Daddy on the P. Daddy-o on the P. I have no idea what that means, Daddy-o, but okay. Daryl Walton. Carol Singh. Tony Joseph. How are all you doing? Mrs. Mercedes. Ooh, I had a Mercedes. I loved my Mercedes. CVS. Now, I got me some CVS, and it's just tanking. Going down, 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 down. Look at it. Okay, Realty Income. Tony, I'm terribly sorry. Realty Income is a monthly optionable stock, and I don't like it. Trevor, Coney, same thing. Coney's only been around for a couple of years. Okay, I honestly like companies that have been around for decades. Mondelēz, ooh, MDLZ. We're going to take a look at that one next. Okay, we're going to take a look at Mondelēz next because that is on my list. That is a viable company. So let's take a look at CVS before we go any further. Now, CVS, you can probably find one in every major city in the United States. They're all over the place. So check a look. The high of the year, right around 82.60, and that was back in January. Sideways for a bit, dropped. Look at this, sideways for almost the whole year, but just recently, the past couple of weeks, it's dropped. I'm kind of curious as to why. Okay, last year she was at 73, tops off at 83, bottoms out today. Today is the bottom of the year. Not just a 30-day period, not just a 90-day period, but the year. Today is the bottom. 48.01. So here's the thing about CVS. It could go lower on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. It could. I like a bottom. See it like right here or right here, where you hit a bottom and turn. You know what? You know what? Let's do this. Hold on. Okay. You see that high there and a low here? You don't know if that's the bottom because it doesn't give you no indication whatsoever until another day comes. And another day, well, look, next day is up. And then another day, well, that's up also. And again and again. So that is isolating that as the bottom. So where are we now? Well, right now, here we are. We are at a new bottom. Is it the bottom? Well, we won't know that until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Is it going to go down further, or is this it? Let's take a look at the numbers if we were going to jump into CVS. $49.50. Well, the $49.50 is going for 98 cents a share. That's 2%. I like 2%. I'm going to write CVS on my top of my list for next week. Oh, it's already on my list for next week. All right. So, Trevor, Coney. All right. Now, I know you like Coney. I know it pays big fat dividends, but it's only done it for a year and a half. It's not even 2 years old yet. So, Coney's going to be a no. User 3555515811850. Okay, I'm going to call you Oscar. All right. Mondelēz. MDLZ. Now, Mondelēz is on my list. MDLZ. And I do trade it when the numbers look right. Yeah. You like that? That's a technical term. Technical term. Yeah. All right, take a look at Mondelēz. Here's the high of the year, 77. Here's the bottom, right around 61. A year ago, we're at 72. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up again, pulls back, has a new bottom right here. Here's the bottom of the year right there. Okay, you're going to make most of your money in the stock market buying at the bottom, buying low and selling high. Well, you can't get much lower than the bottom of the year, and that was last week. And it's not that much higher now. So 61.91, the closest one we're going to look at was going to be the 62. We're not going to do this because this is today. That's all expired today. Okay, so the 62 for next week is giving right around 1%. So let's take a look at the numbers. A year ago, 73. Tops off at 77. And last 90 days, just sinking, 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 and sinking. Last 30 days. Okay, totally different picture with the last 30 days. 30 days ago, it was a 30-day high. Drops, goes back up, retraces a little bit, drops, finds the bottom on Monday. So this Monday, 4 days ago, is the bottom of the year. That's where you're going to find most of your money, at the bottom. Well, there it is, Monday. Tuesday was an up day. Wednesday she gapped up but pulled back. Thursday pulled back. Friday pulled back. What's going to happen on Monday, Tuesday? Don't know. But what does Mondelēz usually do this time of year? Well, that's an important question. Because if we're thinking of jumping into it, I'm kind of curious, what does it normally do? Well, look at the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter was a month ago. Well, 2 months ago. Nice upward trend towards the end of the year. Now that's nice, finishing off the year, but that's historical. That's 10 years of history. Last year, the year before, the year before. Oh, look what's happening this year. Well, this year, it's slowly sinking. So how is this year's data going to affect the seasonality next year? Because the seasonality has it going up in the fourth quarter. But this fourth quarter this year, it's going down. So you can't fight the trend because the trend is happening right now. Seasonality, well, that already happened. That's like driving forward, looking in the rearview mirror. You can see where you've been, you see what you did, but you can't see what's ahead of you. All right, anyway. Let's go back, and here we are. Okay, Jesse, how are you doing today? Ronald Triviania. Okay, TSLY is a Tesla ETF. No, thank you. COM. What the heck is COM? COM. Oh, it's an ETF. That's going to be a no. Sorry, dude. ETFs, I don't like monthlies. I don't. Because monthlies, you just don't have the same numbers. Okay, now I like a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I can't get 1% per week with a company that only has monthly options. Unless, of course, I'm going to sit in front of my computer and look at it all day. That ain't happening. I have other things I'd rather be doing. Like, yanking out my fingernails. Altria. All right. Altria is a dividend king. They have been around for about 100 years, okay? And they consistently increase their dividends. So why not? Well, let's take a look at the numbers and see what it says. All righty. The high, the low, where was it, where is it? Look at this. Sideways, up, down, 55.43. So the 55s is going to be a no. The 56s are going to be a no. 2 weeks. I'm not going to do 2 weeks for 1%. Sorry. Okay, Altria, the numbers just ain't working this week. Things you should know. Good evening and nice to see you. Big Drew wants to take a look at Exxon Mobile. XOM. Another down day for Exxon Mobile. Okay. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What's the direction? Up, sideways, up, down. 110.87. So we're going to be looking at the 111s on Monday. The 111s are going for 115. Well, that is over 1%, and I do like Exxon Mobile. Okay, nice company. All right. A year ago, we're at 98. We bottomed out the end of January at 95. The high of the year was just a couple of weeks ago. So raw visuals. How are you doing this evening? So raw visuals. Okay. The last 90 days, here's our high, here's our low. Look at the movement. Down, up, down, sideways, and down again. Okay, now, see, one thing I like about Exxon Mobil, okay, the numbers do work. Great. But the past 1, 2, 3, 4, almost month, a little over a month, she's been just dropping. Good. Well, you know what that means? It means it's going to be finding a bottom soon enough. Because here's the previous bottom right over here at 108. See, right now we're at 110. So is it going to go past this bottom over here back in September? Is it going to make a new bottom? Don't know. Well, let's find out. Now, what does it normally do? I'm kind of curious. Because when the boy, here's the last quarter. Okay, here's the fourth quarter. Normally, look at that nice movement towards the whole quarter. But look what's happened. The first part of the quarter, she jumped up. Then she dropped. Then she jumped up again. Now she's dropping again. Not quite what the seasonality looks like. The seasonality just has a steady climb towards the end of the year. Usually. Okay, we got a new president. Totally different than the administration that's leaving. So what's going to happen the first 90 days? Well, let's find out. Okay, it's right around the corner. It's only, what, 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away? I'm kind of excited to see what happens. Because the interesting thing is, when you're actually living in history, because that my generation is living in history, because we invented the internet. Cool, there it is. We did, what do you call it, Woodstock. You actually go and you read about stuff that you did. And then the first launch, the first shuttle launch. I actually watched the first shuttle launch. It was cool, we're living through history. So we're in the history again where the orange man is coming in. And so what is he going to do? I'm kind of curious. All right, so Big Drew, Exxon Mobil. I'm going to put it on the list to watch in the next couple of weeks because it's already on my list for next week because as soon as it finds a bottom, I want to check those numbers and see if it's a good trade because I like Exxon Mobil and I have bought it in the past. Tony, you prefer quarterly dividends. Oh, okay. I like quarterly dividends. I like monthly dividends. I like yearly dividends. It's not the dividend that I'm looking for, Tony. Okay, hold that thought. Okay, Tony, you see this calendar here? December 2024. Okay, these are all companies paying out dividends. All right? Now, interesting thing, Allison, you like ExxonMobil too? Interesting thing about all these companies paying out a dividend is I'm not looking to capture the dividend. I really don't want the dividend because stocks act curiously. They move for two reasons and only two reasons. One is a known reason and the other is an unknown reason. Well, an unknown reason is going to be an act of God, act of nature, just something you just can't plan. Tornado, hurricane, blizzard, that kind of stuff. You can't plan for that kind of stuff. Death of a salesman, death of an employee, an important employee, a lawsuit that comes up out of nowhere. Yeah, those things you cannot plan for. And then you have the things that you can plan for. Earnings reports, dividends, conference calls, seasonality. Now, seasonality, you may not be totally familiar with it, but you kind of are, but you're not really knowing that you are. That makes sense? Because we all know that winter, spring, summer, fall, we all know we're not going to go out buying a winter coat in June and July, and we're not going to be bikini shopping in December. We're just not. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, so certain stocks react differently different times of year. Weight Watchers stock goes up in the first week of January. Hershey goes up the first week of February. Oil stocks go up in March and April. Certain stocks move throughout the year predictably. That's what I'm looking for. Predictability, consistency, and number one, safety. Because I don't want to have to go back to work. I kind of like my life just the way it is. Okay? Room for improvement, but I don't want to have to punch a time clock. So, as you see, each one of these green dots is a dividend date. by a company getting ready to pay a dividend. Why is it on the calendar? Well, because I have found in my 20 years of trading that just before the dividend is paid, the stock increases in value. And then once the dividend is paid, the stock goes down. So I don't really want to collect the dividend. And also what I've noticed is that the premiums are usually higher than the dividends. Let's take a look at one. LUV, which is Southwest Airlines, okay? Well, the dividend for Southwest Airlines is 18 cents. So I can buy the stock and collect the 18 cents if I want. Or LUV 33, okay, check it out. And the 34s, okay, 33.50s, all right. So I could buy the stock and collect the dividend, which is 18 cents. Or I could buy the stock at the current price, 33.17. Sell it to somebody else for 33.50, a little bit higher than I paid for it. And I can collect 34 cents a share, which is twice the amount of the dividend. And the premium is every single week. The dividend is once every 90 days. So why would I want to buy a stock to collect a dividend, 18 cents, when I could buy the stock, sell it to somebody else the same day, and collect twice as much as the dividend? And if it doesn't go in my favor, fine, I'll do it again next week. Because only doing Orlando, Pfizer. Orlando, didn't we look at Pfizer yesterday? PFE. Every week I can do it. I can get something every single week. Even if the stock goes down, I can still collect some type of premium. So that's why rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Make sure if you buy it, make sure you go into it as if you're going to hold on to it for the rest of your life. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever. Make sure you really like it. League 2 top 99. I have no idea what that means. The stuff flashing on the screen, I have no idea what it means. Okay, so that being said, I don't really go for the dividends. Mike! Thanks for that, Mike. All right, Tony. Uh-oh. All right. Exxon Mobile, blah, blah, blah. San. Apple. Well, AAPL. We're going to say no to Apple right off the top, and the reason being, for this strategy, I don't want to buy at the top, at the high of the year. Because if you think of it this way, has it ever been higher than that? Well, it was the other day. The other day it hit, what, 252? Well, now it's at 248. There's way too much profit taking just waiting to be taken. So, no, Apple's just a little too high. VYM, that's an ETF. VYM. Now, I don't like VYM for several reasons. Okay, one, it's a monthly. Okay, I don't do monthly options because monthly options I can only do once a month. I like weekly options because I can do those every single week. Now, once a month means I can do it 12 times in a year. Look at the numbers. It's at 132. The 132 is going for 40 cents. Well, 40 cents on a 132? No, the 1% is $1.30. Okay, 1% of 132 is $1.30. That's 1%. So this is only paying 40 cents, which is 0.25, which is a quarter of a percent. That's like 1% that's not even 1% a month. That's a quarter of a percent for a month. Yeah, no. I don't like the numbers. Sorry. Just don't look right. Okay? Karam. Momin Karim. I'm assuming that's how you say that. SPY, yellow K. SPY. Well, several reasons why I don't like it. Allison. Weekly options can keep being rolled and rolled and rolled. Yes, absolutely. I love weekly options. It gives me a consistent cash flow. Okay, granted, it might not be huge, but here's the thing. Most people buy stocks to collect the dividend. And they do it, once every 90 days. And they just let the stock sit there. No, I don't do that. I do it every week. I want something coming in every single week. Orlando James, historically, does the market lean toward going up till the end of the year? They call it Santa Claus rally. What's your take on that? Honestly, I don't pay attention to any of that kind of stuff. All right? I mean, you've been here long enough. You see the way I do it. I buy a good stock. I sell a covered call against it. And I just go, I try not to pay attention to any of that noise in the background. I just look at the numbers. All right. SQY. Oh, SQY. SPY is a no. SQY. What the heck is SQY? Oh, SQY is a no. Silly me. I should have known that. MU, Micron. Oh, I like Micron. Let's take a look at Micron. Nice numbers with Micron. All right. First, the high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, sideways. 102. Be looking at the 103s come Monday. 580. Well, that's nice. Well, let's take a look. What's the chart look like? Well, a year ago is the bottom, and that's 78.21. Okay, shoots on up to the high of the year. Got a double high at 157. This thing doubled in a year. Hold on a second. In 6 months. Is that right? Okay, so 77 is the bottom, and that was a year ago, December. By the time we get to June, this thing had doubled. 100% increase from December to June. Alrighty then. Well, she pulls back, and now lately, the last 90 days, she's just going sideways. All right, sideways, cool. Here's the high. Look at it, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Look where we are right now. Okay, here's the bottom here. Got 3 days to the upside. Well, that looks great for Monday. I'm writing that one down. Okay. Next on the list. Sorry, just got here, but who is she? I have no idea what you mean by she. I usually talk to stocks as she. Like cars as she's, boats as she's. I don't know. Last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the movement. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, definitely going to the upside now. What chart is that? Wannabe, that is MU, which is Micron, and this is the last 30 days. Okay? The highs right here, 107. The lows down here, 94. Down, up, down, up, down. Now she's going to the upside. Very simple. Gotcha. Thank you. Woohoo! Cool beans. All right. So Apple's a no. VYM is a no. SQY is a no. And MU, what does this thing normally do this time of year? Now let's look at the seasonality. Okay, fine. Look at that. The month of December. Nice steady upward trend. Well, anyway, that's November and December. So November and December, nice upward trend. Okay, I like it. It's going to be top of my list for Monday. Okay, Zatran-san, we already looked at Exxon Mobile. Okay, we already looked at that. I don't want to go over companies over and over again. Once is perfectly fine by me. Oh boy, things you should know. When Bitcoin starts to drop, that's when you know your candles will start going green. Alrighty then. I'm not quite sure because I really don't pay attention to Bitcoin. I probably should, but I don't. Allison, how do you use the Fibonacci tool? I don't use it at all. Okay, now Allison, this trading strategy I am showing you, I created it for my 9-year-old daughter. It had to be simple, it had to be safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. It's 5 criteria I had to come up with. Okay, back in 08, when she was 9, she jumped up on my lap and said, Daddy, can you teach me do what you're doing? I said, sure. So how do you create a trading strategy for a 9-year-old? Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. For her, it was never buy something that's not on the list. Okay, if it's not on the list, don't buy it. Do you have a hell no coffee mug? You know what? I think I should get one. Hell no. And on the backside, she said, what the hell are you thinking? Colton, dude, haven't seen you in a while. All right. Oh, where were we? Oh, yeah, the 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something that's not on the list. Well, never buy something you don't understand, you don't like, you don't want to hold on to, all that kind of nicey stuff. Yes, I got a new phone. Cool beans. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the whole game. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. I like 20 years of consistent profits. I can find that either by reading all the quarterly reports and all the annual reports, or I can go straight to the dividend. Because if the dividend increases, that means their profits have to increase. Because a dividend is a part of the profits the company gives back to us. You and me. Okay? Rule 5. Make sure all the numbers work. We'll be touching on that in a little bit. We're actually going to do a couple of trades just so you can see how it works. Alrighty then. WizCoin just launched grab bags. Alrighty then. Big Drew, AbbVie Incorporated, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola. Okay, Big Drew, I like all of those. I'm not quite sure what we're looking at. Hey James, another successful week. Thank you. Woohoo! I'm a little unhappy. I didn't get what I wanted to get this week, and I took a loss today because I made a mistake. I did. I shorted Harley Davidson when I shouldn't have. I sold something somewhere that I shouldn't have done. I think I did a spread on Harley Davidson, and somebody actually exercised it. So I was short, I think 3,500 shares on Harley Davidson. I only lost like 40-something cents a share, but 40-something cents a share for 3,500 shares, it was a little uncomfortable. And I don't like losing. Okay, look at MDLZ on a longer time frame. 60 is support. MDLZ. I don't know. I'd call 65 more support than 60. But, you know. But here's the thing, okay? Now, use your 3555180 again, whatever. Okay. Yeah, you have some support here, but it's already dropped past the support. And this information here isn't going to do me any good for what's coming up this week. Okay, look at this week. Okay, 69, she drops, retraced, drops again, made a new bottom at 60. Well, almost at 60. All right? Shoots up, pulls back. Yeah, it's going to find a new bottom before she turns around, goes back up again. Okay, so not quite sure how I can help you with that one. But I like MDLZ. Just it doesn't work. You know, the chart's telling me not this week. Okay, until it does one of these things right here, where it finds a bottom and starts going up. Yeah, it's not here yet. It's just like chicken soup all over the place. All righty. What stock is this? I just joined. Well, we keep going from one to another. Okay. Encourage more visits. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so Wagler Jesh. Wagler Jesh. Kohl's. All right, let's take a look at Kohl's. Dropping, finding a new bottom. Okay, well, the high of the year is 29.67. Take a quick look at Kohl's, KSS. At the high over here, the bottom is today. Okay, went sideways for a bit, came down, went sideways again, made a new bottom here. Now, I do like Kohl's, and I do have some Kohl's, but I'm going to be waiting for a new bottom. Okay, is it the new bottom? Well, yes, but I isolate a bottom by 2 days to the upside. Well, today is actually the bottom. I need 2 days to the upside to confirm it's a time to jump in. Until then, I'm just going to watch it. Okay, so Kohl's is on my list to keep my eye on it because I already have some. So as she drops further and further, we'll wait for it to turn around and shoot back up before jumping in again. All right, new books, Energy Transfer. I used to trade Energy Transfer. I just don't like it. The reason why I don't like it, look at the premiums. At 1905, at the money, it's 20. Okay, nice number. Go one strike out, you're getting 5 cents. Not worth it. 2 strikes out and 3 strikes out, definitely not worth it. So, although the company is a nice company, and at the money is great, but you're not always going to be at the money. When the stock goes down, they look up, down, 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 up, down. That's all stocks do. They go up, they go down. When they come down, you can't sell a premium against it because it's not worth anything. So I try to stay away from stocks like that, and Energy Transfer is the poster child. All right, Marvin, how are you today? When taking profits, any tips regarding taxes? Yeah, talk to a tax strategist so you don't have to pay taxes. Okay, put your account in an entity that shields it from any taxation. Orlando, doesn't Macy's, Kohl's, and other clothes stores stock go down after New Year's? True or false? Well, let's find out. Macy's. Seasonality. Well, look at that. Look at the last couple of weeks. It's up right about here. Okay, Christmas is right around here. But that's the second week. That's the second week of December when Macy's starts to go down. Okay, Nordstrom, JWN. Okay, JWN basically just goes sideways. Okay, doesn't go down. What was the next one he was asking for? Kohl's. Same thing. It peaks up the beginning of November, and then in December it's just sideways. So no, all three of those don't go down. All right. That being said, let's keep on keeping on. Take a quick look at Kohl's, KSS. Yeah, turn that one down. The bottom is today. Oh, hitting the wrong button. I ain't doing nothing. Kind of curious why it's not doing anything. All right, let's do another one. Oh, why not? All right, whoops. Right there, okay. Energy transfer, no. Tesla sell off. TSLA. Shoots up. Okay, normally, what does Tesla normally do? Just go steady. Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm going to say no to Tesla. I don't buy at the high of the year. I don't know why we're looking at it. 436. It's out of my price range. Okay. Henry, how are you? All right. Girl of Mystery. Purple is pumping. I have no idea what that means. Okay. Anthony Edwin, share the live. Encourage more views. Share. Yeah, like, share, comment, all that kind of nice, neat stuff. Mike Finn, thanks for the ice cream cone. How do you get this premium? Devmar66, how are you today? Premium, how do you get it? Simple. Well, you got to be qualified for it because you can't do options unless you are approved for doing options. You can't just ask your broker, hey, can I do options? No, you got to read a big, huge pamphlet. I think it's Risk and Characteristics of Standardized Options. I think that's the name of the book. You got to read it, agree to all that crap, and then you get qualified for it. You have to go in stages. So level 1 is the easiest one to get. That you can do covered calls. Level 2, you get a little bit more risk to it. All right. So hypothetically speaking, Dev, if you buy the stock, okay, I'm not quite sure if you're familiar with buying stocks. You put the stock symbol in here, and what you get is the last traded price or the closing of the day, the bid, the ask, the volume, how many shares traded for the day, the open of the day, the high of the day, and the low of the day. And then you have the volume, okay? Now, the bid is what you can sell it for if you already own it. If you don't own it, the ask is what you can pay for it. Now, once you own the stock, you can turn around and sell it to somebody else using a option, a stock option, a call stock option, called a calendar, or not a calendar, yeah, no, wait a minute. Drawing a blank. It's not terrible. Don't get old. It's no fun. Certain things go, you know. All right. To collect a premium, you do what is called a covered call. Covered means you're safe, means you're protected. $4.35 is the current price. Well, the closest strike price is $4.35. And then you just click that right there, $15.05, which is a nice premium. But I don't trade Tesla because Tesla does not have dividends. And the reason I like dividends is because a dividend is an indicator of when the stock moves. Because just before the dividend is paid, stocks have a tendency to go up. So if I know when the stock is going to move up, that's when I jump in. I do a covered call, allowing me to collect the premium. And the premium is usually more than 1%. That's where the 1% per week comes into play. Stacy 21. Hi, James. How long do you hold when the price is down, since you don't sell at a loss? Stacy, when the stock drops, I do lower my strike prices. But as the stock finds the bottom, turns around and goes back up, I keep rolling it forward until I collect enough premiums to break even or make money on it, because I don't like, you're right, I don't like selling at a loss. I had to take a loss today because I had a margin call, and I don't like margin calls. Freaking U.S. Steel, things just kept dropping. It was great a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, let's keep on keeping on. Dev Mar, how about HAFN? All right, now Dev Mar, you're new here, because I'm really good with names, really, okay? You're new. I'm not quite sure if you know this yet, but I only like stocks that are consistently profitable and have weekly options. 2 criteria, that's it. Consistently profitable and weekly options. Okay? Consistently profitable, I'm looking for a company to increase their dividends to their shareholders for at least 2 decades. So HAFN, I've never heard of it, and usually if I've never heard of something, it's going to be a no. HAFN. Imagine that, no options. No options, no thank you. So how would I get weekly cash flow from a company that does not offer options without having to sit in front of my computer all day long? Yeah, no thank you. Google to 200 next week. Don't know, don't care. Google does not pay dividends enough for me to take a look at it. I won't be looking at Google for another 18 years. Okay, I like 20 years of increased dividends. Google just started paying dividends, so no. What would I do with 10,000 on Monday? I have a pizza party. Orlando. I lost with U.S. Steel today, 3,200. Just keeps dropping. Okay, see, now, I didn't lose anything with U.S. Steel. I lost with Harley Davidson because I hit the wrong stupid button. Now, I tell people, where's the risk? The risk is hitting the wrong button. Most people are going to lose money by hitting the wrong button. Well, I did today. Now, Orlando, I'm not quite sure why you would sell your U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel has been around for over 100 years. Okay, they consistently increase their dividends. Let's pull up U.S. Steel. Okay, here's U.S. Steel, $33.40. The high, $50. The low was at 27, and currently we're at 33. All right, well, let's zoom in and take a look at some of those numbers. A year ago, we're at 37. The high of the year was right in the middle of December of last year, 50.04. From there, she drops down. Look at the trading range right here. Just kind of channeled all year long, except for this little drop. And then this drop. Okay, so channeled all year long, had a drop here and another drop here. Let's take a closer look. The bottom of the year, 26.76. The last 90 days, which is the last 3 months, look, the high, the low, where was it, where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, where do you think it's going to go next? Sweetie Swag. My U.S. Steel was down today, too. I only had 2 contracts. I rolled them over and made money. Well, that's awesome. You need to chat with Orlando. Say, Orlando, dude, what are you doing? I don't like taking losses. I will roll it forward until the day I die rather than take a loss. The loss I did take today was because I hit the wrong button. The only way out of it was to deliver to somebody 3,500 shares at 32. And it was 32 something. So I lost a little bit today, because I hit the wrong button. AVGO took off today. Okay. AVGO. Not, holy shit, it did. High, low, where was it, where is it? Look at that, just shot up like a rocket. The bottom was right, was that 101, 102? Shoots up. Today jumps way up. There's probably going to be profit taking come Monday on that thing. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Can you tell me about MOG coin? Nope. Thoughts on life insurance plans are a good deal? Chris, you and I could have a chat about life insurance if you really wanted to. Sweetie Swag. Took me a while to figure out how to roll over. I used Fidelity and it was confusing, so I called them and they walked me through the process. Like James said, last night rolling over is the game changer. It is. Had I known about rolling last year, I wouldn't have taken that loss on Target. I took a $15,000 loss on Target last year because of a black swan. It was at 110. Very next day, it's at 126. $16 overnight. And I was at the wrong end of that. Flow from Progressive. All right. James, did you do Pfizer? Let's do Pfizer right now. PFE. Here we go. Pfizer, here's the high, 31.50. Here's the low, 24.50. A year ago, we're at 26. Up, down, up, down, up. Right now, we're at 25.58. The 25.50s for 58 cents. That's 2%. If you like Pfizer for next week. Well, let's take a closer look. a year ago, 26. The high of the year back in the end of July, 31.56. Last 90 days, there's your high, there's your low. Past month, just kind of going sideways. We got one day to the upside, okay, because yesterday was a bottom, okay. She came down from 26.40, settled up just a little over 25, and today is a little on the upside. So I'm going to put that on my list for Monday. PFE. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did he really ask me if I like BlackRock? Hell no. Do you see the numbers for BlackRock? Now, Bradley, do you honestly think that the guys over in BlackRock are being honest with you? Seriously, let's take a look at a few of the numbers. Okay, BlackRock. What's the ticker symbol for BlackRock? Is it BLK? BLK. Yep. Okay, BLK. Number one, it's $1,060. Okay? And look, $1,060. 1% should be $10. Look what they're giving you, 8 to 12. That's not 1%. All right. Let's continue. Let's go on over to Yahoo Finance and put BlackRock in there, BLK, and see how well this wonderful company is paying out on dividends. Are they even sharing their profits? Well, they are. Look at that. Imagine that. Well, let's see how well they're doing. Okay? Well, they're only paying since 2010, which is only 14 years. Now, I like 20 years of increased dividends, so BlackRock is not on my list. But let's look at the numbers. 2010, $1. Then it goes to 138, 150, 168, 193, 218, 229, 250, 288, 313, 330, 363, 314, 488, 5, and 510. Oh, cool. Well, they're consistently increasing. Great. Let's find out the summary. What is their yield? Okay. See, now, this bothers me a little bit. Okay. Now, BlackRock is a huge company. They have not billions, trillions, with a T. Trillions. Look at the rate of return. 1.93. That's not even 2%. You can put your money in with the federal government and they'll pay you 5%. Okay, BlackRock is paying not even 2%. So why the hell would you put your money into BlackRock? Bradley, did you even check the numbers? Really, seriously, what the hell are you thinking putting your money in anything at 2%? They have savings accounts online that paying 4%. And you're giving your money to BlackRock and they're giving you 2%? Well, seriously, dude, what the hell are you thinking? Seriously. Thoughts on Google? No. Google, G-O-G, .41. 0.41. That's not even 0.5% for the year. That's worse than BlackRock. Seriously, look at the numbers. The dividend, 0.8, which is 0.41% for the year. Hell no. That's another one. What the hell are you thinking also? Just got here what we're looking at. Hernandez, how are you? I bought 500 shares of Nike this week. Eric, cool beans. Let's take a look at Nike. Let's get out of that. Seriously, BlackRock and Google. Oh, I can't. It boggles my mind. Really does. Eric, Nike. I like Nike. NKE. All righty. Nike, look at the high of the year, 125. Bottoms out at 70. Big gap just before the Olympics. Shoots up, pulls back. Now it's going sideways. 77.20 is what it's at now. So which means next week we'd be looking at the 7.50s. $3. Ooh, I like that. $3 on a $77 stock? Well, that's over 3%. I'm going to write that one down. Wait a minute. Before I write it down, I want to take a look at the charts. A year ago, 120. Tops out at 123. Bottoms out just after the Olympics. That was beginning of August, 70.70. The last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. Nah, not quite. Okay, 30 days. Here's our 30-day bottom right here on the 19th. Okay, shoots up last Friday was the high. Pulls back, back up, back down. So now she's coming to the downside. All right, now I do like Nike. However, these numbers really don't look that good. Not for this week anyway. Seasonality. Look at the last quarter. Okay, the fourth quarter. Check it out. Isn't that nice? Nice upward trend for the whole fourth quarter. I gotta prove that I'm normal. There we go. Alrighty. So I'm gonna write Nike down not for next week, but the week after. NKE. So I want to come back a little bit further. Ticker symbol. Yep. Would you want world you want to live in, girl? Well, how are you? I had to roll several things this week. Probably end up okay. Cool beans. Inspire me more. Hey, James, I'm finally getting a margin account soon. Dude, before you get a margin account, really, really, really understand the risks that come with it. I got margin call this week and I got a margin call last week. Because when stocks go down and you have all your money invested, yeah, they want their pound of flesh, so to speak. Okay, Sinbad, Annaly, NLY. NLY. The high, 21. The bottom, 1775. A year ago, we're at 20. She drops, she shoots up, drops again. Now she's going sideways, 1985. The 20s are going for 6 cents. Hell no. Double no. Yeah, no. Sorry, Annaly, NLY, Sinbad. The numbers are actually atrocious. Okay, not even 0.25% for the week. Yeah, no thank you. Uh-oh. Bunch. Okay. Rob, ex-dividend date. Okay, Rob, you need to elaborate what do you mean by ex-dividend date. Okay. Ex-dividend date, which are these little green dots. Okay, when it comes to dividend stocks, you ready? When it comes to dividend stocks, there's 4 dates to remember. 4 dates. Date number 1 is called the announcement date. That's when the company announces the dividend that they're paying. When are they paying it? When do you get paid? All the information on the dividend, the announcement date. Date number 2 is the EX dividend date. And believe it or not, I really don't know what EX stands for. Hello, good time. How are you today? So the EX dividend date is the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. So if you want to collect the dividend, you need to buy the stock before the EX date. That's what all these little green dots are. Okay? Hewlett-Packard, Kohl, Schlumberger, Halliburton, MPW, TSM, Qualcomm, NVIDIA, Mosaic, blah, 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 all those companies. If you want to collect the dividend, you need to own the stock, buy the stock before the EX date. That's these green dots. That's what an EX dividend calendar is for, to tell you when a stock is paying a dividend. Date number 3 is the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Date number 4, the payment date, when you're getting your money. Simple, 4 dates. Announcement, EX, date of record, and payment date. 4 dates. All right, let's keep on going. World you want to live in, girl. I rolled X forward week. Cool beans. I'm glad you like that idea, because I never knew about rolling forward until the beginning of this year. Somebody showed it to me. I said, no freaking way. That's awesome. Because I used to buy the options back and then I'd sell the next week. Same thing, but I do it in two transactions. It's easy just to roll it. Austin, margin call. Yeah. I got 2 of them this week. I got 1 this week and I got 1 last week. Do you have a list of companies that fit your criteria? Dev, well, of course I do. Dev, do you have a pencil and piece of paper handy? Crayon, mascara, chalk, marker, lipstick? I don't judge. You ready? Dividend Kings. 54 companies that have increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats. 67 companies that have increased their dividends for more than 25 years. Dividend Champions. 150 companies that have increased their dividends for more than 25 years. A little bit of different rules between the Aristocrats and the Champions, but both have over 25 years. The Dividend Contenders, 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 10 years, but less than 25. So between 10 and 24 years of increased dividends. And then just for the fun of it, I like to throw in Warren Buffett's list. Because old Warren, he's pretty good at picking stocks. That's a no. No, thank you. Okay, so options on REITs. I do have REITs. MPW is one of my favorites this year. SPG, user 5029677862843. SPG. What is that, spaghetti? SPG. SPG. Simon PPTY Group. Sorry, dude. A monthly. Okay, you can tell it's a monthly. December, January, April, June, July. Yeah. Those are months. Those aren't weeks. Okay? Thoughts on Google. I already gave you my thoughts on Google. SWK. Isn't that Stanley Black & Decker? SWK. SWK. Stanley Black & Decker. It's a monthly. It's a no. Yep. Tommy, steel is a very cyclical business. I got it. Rude dude. X is still paying 3 weeks in, 1 week 4.6. 22%, 3 weeks, week 3, 1.3. Okay. Now, rude dude, I like my US deal. I rolled mine forward. I have no desire whatsoever to get rid of it. Week 2, 2.4. Okay. Got it, rude dude. Cool. Juan. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Juan wants to take a look at Dell. D-E-L. I like Dell. I do. Nice numbers with Dell. Take a look at the premiums. iBit. If you like Riot, you'll like iBit. iBit. I'll write it down. I-B-I-T. Now, Riot does have weekly options. iBit, I don't know. Never heard of them. Dell. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Take a look at this. 70. A year ago, it's at 70. It's high volume Bitcoin stock. Yeah, probably no then. A year ago, we're at $70. This thing more than doubled. More than doubled in 6 months. Goes from $70 all the way to $180. pulls back to 90, shoots up to 150, pulls back to 118. Nice movement. Okay, and I love the premiums. The premiums on Dell is awesome. But let's take a gander at the last 90 days. Okay, shoots up, pulls back, interesting. 2 days to the upside, I like that. The last 30 days. Okay, look at the last 30 days. The high, the low, where was it, where is it? Okay, she drops, shoots up, gaps down, goes sideways, drops, and then we have 2 days to the upside. Well, wonderful. 118.73, we'll be looking at the 119s come Monday. Okay, if I buy it at 118.73, I can sell the 119s, pick up $1.99. Okay, that's just a little bit less than 2%. I might be able to get 2% out of it because it's going from 199 to 215. Okay, so 199 twice would be 240. Now you wouldn't get 2%. Maybe 1.5. But I like 1.5 on Dell. Is he reading Discord chat, Rob? No, I'm not reading the Discord chat. I'm reading the chat here. We can't see anything. Okay, Vital 46, 44. Now, the reason you can't see anything is these little tiny numbers, you're not going to see these on your phone or your iPad. That's why this whole screen here is live on YouTube. Okay, see me standing in front of the screen? Hold on a second. Let's go to my bio, into the web page, The 10-Minute Trader. Okay, go to my YouTube channel. Give it a second. Okay, live videos. Okay, this one is live, just the screen, and this one is live. That's me standing in front of the screen. Minute Trader. Okay, go to my YouTube channel. Didn't I just say this? Give it a second. Okay, live videos. Okay, this one is live, just the screen, and this one is live. That's me standing in front of the screen. Alrighty. So yeah, if you can't see these little tiny numbers, go into the living room, sit in front of the big screen TV on the comfy couch. You know, people are sitting there watching it right now. Grab some popcorn, a glass of wine, whatever. Nino Cano, first time here. What do I think of CL, Colgate-Palmolive? Ooh, I like it. Uh-oh, I missed some questions. Uh-oh, I gotta go back. Uh-oh, Dell. Okay, there it is, right there, Dell. Bob G, I would love to know your opinion on MSTR. MSTR. Okay. 411 bucks. I'd stay away from it because I don't like that high right there. But let's go take a look at how well MSTR pays out dividends, because after all, we are a dividend stock channel, and we are looking for companies that pay dividends and consistently increase their dividends. Oh, look at that, Bob. There are no dividends in the selected time frame. No dividends, no thank you. So Bob, I got a question for you. Okay, if you like MSTR, okay, which I'm assuming you would, because why would you ask questions on something you don't like? If you like the company, you should know they have no dividends. So why would you come to a channel as dividend investing for weekly cash flow and ask me to take a look at a company that doesn't have dividends? All right, that part boggles my mind. Crew to do tiempo. Yeah, DJT. Sorry, dude. It's too juvenile. Hasn't been around long enough. I only like 20 years or more. Vital, do small caps, day trading, just starting. Your entry, Your entries are not on short time frames, right? I'm not 100% sure exactly what you mean by that. Okay. I do small caps. Yep, I like those. Day trade. I don't do day trading. Okay. Your entries are not on short time frames. No. I look at the 1 year chart, the 90-day chart, and the 30-day chart. All right. How do you use Thinkorswim? Oh, I've been using Thinkorswim for almost 20 years. I like Thinkorswim. First time here, what do I think about CL? CL is Colgate-Palmolive, Dividend Kings, been around for over 100 years. Oh, understood. There you go. Okay, Colgate-Palmolive has been around for over 100 years. It's one of those companies that's just not going to go away because we use their products every single day. 95 bucks currently. The high is 110. The bottom is 75. She shoots up, pulls back, up, down. 95 is going for 30 cents for next week. No, thank you. That number doesn't work for me. I'm using Thinkorswim. It's really good. Yes, it is. I wrote a book 15 years ago, choosing the right trading platform, and I think I went through like 40 or 45 different trading platforms. Russell 2000 is rated a buy according to analysts. Okay. Naturin Nick. Okay. Block. BLOCK. Block Inc. Can't find that information. Okay. Colgate-Palmolive. All right. There's the high. Last 90 days. She drops down. Here's the bottom right here at 90 bucks. Shoots up to 98. Back down. Now we're at 93. The 94s. Yeah, no. Sorry, the numbers just aren't good enough. Are you enjoying Walgreens? I think all my Walgreens are gone this week. Vital. Vital. I'm thinking of purchasing long for EWW MXX. More power to you, brother. I don't do ETFs because they just don't pay the same. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, if you're day trading, you're definitely in the wrong group, buddy. I don't do day trading. Okay, the trades that I do are very short term. Well, not as short as yours because you're doing day trading. I buy on a Monday and I like to be out on a Friday. So that's like weekly trading. Okay, WBA, Walgreens. Somebody asked, am I enjoying my Walgreens? Well, I think I let all my Walgreens go because I made so much money off of Walgreens. Okay? And they had a buyout offer. So if I can get the money that I have into Walgreens, I have no problem letting it go and finding another stock. CLF. Cliff. All right. Magic Mike. CLF, huh? CLF. Okay. See, number one, I don't like CLF. The dividends just aren't quite right. But she's in a drop. She's at actually a new bottom. Okay, so I don't like it. Do you like iron condors? If so, what stocks? Rob, I don't do iron condors. A little too much effort for the amount of money you collect. Okay, I like, here's the thing. Okay, Rob, I like simple, safe, predictable, consistent. I spend about 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's it. I get my 1%, I'm good. 1% a week works fine by me. If I wanted to sit in front of my computer and make more money, yeah, I could, but I don't want to. Perfectly happy. Vital, my max budget is $10 per share. I'll do long ones. Okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. Everybody's got to start somewhere. My max is $250. I like to stay under $300. Okay, DJT, we already talked about that. Thanks, 86. What's up, Alex? You haven't been here for a couple of days, dude. It's okay. I don't like MSTR. You're absolutely right. Was you able to get in the link on the site working? Okay, Robert DeLucia, no idea what you mean by that. Was you able to get the link on the site work? Oh, no, I haven't even looked at it yet. Sorry. Like I said, I don't spend that much time on the computer. I spend like one weekend day on the computer. That's about it. So I'll probably be doing it on Sunday. Glenn, laughing my ass off. MicroStrategy. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Consistent, safe, steady, and predictable. MSTR. Nah. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Do you take into account company breaking news scenarios or strictly trading the numbers? Strictly trading the numbers. What are good indicators you use? I'm experimenting using a few. I don't use, the only indicator I use is the dividend date. Orlando, both MEXX, EWW are monthlies. Hell no. James will tell you the same thing. Hell no. Yeah, but see, Orlando, I don't want to make him feel bad. He's new. I want to give him, come back a couple of days before I insult him. Chug a beer. Ooh. I like a nice frosty. You know what? I went to Belgium, and they have when I went to Belgium, they had 734 national beers. Okay, I was there for 10 days. I sampled 3 beers with every meal. Yes, even breakfast. Okay, so in the morning, we had a beer. We had breakfast. We had another beer. And then we had an aperitif after that. And then we had another beer. That was for breakfast. Lunch, we did the exact same thing. We had a beer, had our lunch, had a beer, had some dessert, had another beer. So, needless to say, now I didn't get drunk while I was there. It's just that the Belgians, they just drink all day long. We went for dinner one night, and we were at dinner for like 3 hours. I shit you not. As soon as we sit down, we'd have a drink. We'd have an appetizer, and then we would have another drink. And you don't order until after your drink is gone, because you have your drink. After your drink is done, then you order your appetizer. After the appetizer, you order another drink. After that drink, then you get your salad after your dinner. You get your dinner, and then you have another drink. After your other drink, then you have your salad. Wait a minute, no. Between the dinner and the salad, you would have a sorbet to clean your palate. And then you'd have another drink. And then you'd have your coffee. And then after that, you'd have some kind of a coffee liqueur or something to accentuate the coffee. So all in all, we were sitting there for like 3 hours having a dinner, dining. We weren't eating, we were dining. And we had 5 drinks with our dinner. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, shit, these fucking people drink like fish. And nobody was drunk. It was just like, I was drunk because I don't drink. Okay? But, anyway, needless to say, there's 743 beers when I was there. My favorite was Crick Lebec. Okay? Anyway, let's keep on going. Orlando. Okay. Yeah, he's right. MEXX, hell no. EWW, hell no. I only do companies that have consistently profitable and have weekly options. Those, no thank you. No on block. You're absolutely right. Prince, Caterpillar. Cool beans. Let's take a look at Caterpillar. I like Caterpillar. Big yellow machines. You see all the way. Oh, what a bummer. Look at this. 2.5 weeks down. Look at this. 2.5 weeks going down. Do you know what that means? That means 2.5 weeks going down. The bottom is right around the corner. How low does it go before you get investors like me and saying, wait a second, we're talking about Caterpillar. See, look at here. 1.5 weeks down. Here, 3 weeks down. Okay, so it's not unusual for Caterpillar. 3 weeks down, 2.5 weeks down, 2.5 weeks down. Okay, fine. So Caterpillar, I'm going to put it on my list. We'll take a look at it sometime during the week, next week, and see what it does. CAT. All right. Never mind, it's already written down. Let me erase that. All right. Okay, Little Monk 300. We already looked at Exxon Mobile earlier. Okay, Vital 46. Hopefully they keep the old school machinery and not go full electric. Not quite sure what you're talking about. Are we talking about Caterpillar? Okay, I didn't even know Caterpillar was thinking of doing electric. Certain things just don't make any sense. Okay, think about it. The Biden administration is trying to push electric. Great, wonderful. It's a nice thought, but here's the thing. You get a diesel truck, one of those big suckers or tractor trailers, 18-wheeler. Yeah, you fill that baby up. How long does it take to fill up? Maybe 20 minutes, maybe half hour. You fill it up and you can get 1,200 miles to a tank full. Right? You fully charged on an 18-wheeler, fully charged electric battery, yeah, 300 miles. Explain to me how you're going to go from Miami to Boston. Okay? How many days is that going to take? Okay? Because Florida is like 600 miles. You do it, what, that 2 days just to get through Florida? Yeah, no thank you. Yeah, I'm a semi-driver. I see that, yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's a great idea. It is, but it's not practical yet. Okay, let's keep on going. Okay, Lil Monk, we already did Exxon Mobile. Wait a minute, it's still, okay, all right. Exxon Mobile, XOM. We already did Exxon Mobile. Same thing. Okay, same scenario. We're looking for the bottom. As soon as we find the bottom, we're going to jump in. It's on the list for next week for us to take a look at. Do you think MSTR will run Monday? You know what, Kiki? MSTR, honestly, I don't know how to say this to you in any other words other than I really don't care. Because it's not on my list. Okay, if I have 300 companies, 300 that do exactly what I want them to do, why would I add a company that doesn't do what I want it to do? All it's doing is wasting my time. Okay? There's a lot of companies that just waste of time. Now, we looked yesterday, I think yesterday, 9,800 companies available. 9,800. Last week, it was 9,763. Well, this week, 9,800 different companies. Only about 300 make my list. MSTR is not one of them. Neither is CLF, Cleveland, that's not it either. Shares are called away only at Friday's close if you're in the money. What if you're in the money but want to keep? All right, Stacy. Not 100% true, okay? In here in the United States, if you sell an option to someone that allows them to buy the stock from you, the word you're missing is anytime. Anytime from when they buy that option until the date of expiration, they can exercise those options. They can buy the stock from you on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, on a Wednesday. Okay? European options, you can only have them called away or exercised on a Friday on the expiration date. But here in the United States, anytime. If you want to keep them, well, then you have to buy back that option and maybe sell another one. Okay? That's what rolling over that's what we're talking about, rolling over. You buy this week's option and you sell next week's. That way you get to keep the stock, get to get some more premiums on it, and not have to let it go. Little Monk, Exxon Mobile or Chevron, CVX. CVX is in the same place that Chevron, ConocoPhillips, and I think in Occidental Petroleum. We looked at all of those this week, and they're all in a 2-week downturn. All 4 or 5 different oil stocks that we look at. All right. Vital. What are the criteria for a good choice for a stock pick on your standards? I'm curious, seeking to learn from you guys. At least you didn't say old, from you old guys. I believe it or not, I do have people saying, yeah, I want to hear what the old people have to say. Well, what we like is we like consistency with companies that are consistently profitable. So I like the dividend kings, the dividend aristocrats, the dividend champions, the dividend contenders, and we're going to throw in Warren Buffett's list just for the fun of it. Okay, the criteria, only 2. That's it. Believe it or not, only 2 criteria I'm looking for. That's it. 20 years of increased profits and weekly options. Okay? The charts and the numbers will tell me everything else. If it's a good company and they're consistently profitable, great. It's on my list. If they have weekly options, awesome. No options, no thank you. No weeklies, no thank you. No dividends, no thank you. Okay, there's 9,800 different companies out there. I'm not going to waste my time on something that just doesn't fit. You know, I go to the store all the time and I look at these really nice, suits, outfits, shoes. If they don't fit, I ain't going to buy them. Plain and simple. It's like going to Baskin Robbins. Okay? 131 different flavors, but only one of them is going to make it into my cone. All right, XOM got environmentally gang leader, went down shithole, seems like. Okay, thanks, Amy. Skypeo, thoughts on ALKS? All right, my first opinion on ALKS is what the hell is that? Oh, it's a no. I don't do monthly options. The numbers just don't work. Betty Buddy, hi, new here. What do you think of NOG? I've never heard of it. Usually, if I don't never heard of it, usually it's a no. Vital, for a new trader, could probably max out to $5,000. Is this budget enough for options? Yes, it is, but you're gonna have to stay with stocks below $10. And it's nothing wrong with it, because everybody has to start somewhere. I think I started out with with $12,000 20 years ago. Okay, everyone starts somewhere. They drink all day in Europe. I spent a year in Hungary. Yeah, Alex, they do. It boggled my mind because the girl I was with at the time, she's like one drink right after another, one after another after another. I said, no, I got to stop. I'm doing this thing. Okay, yeah, I'm good. No, I don't want it anymore. But they get insulted if you don't drink with them. I said, I can't do it. Okay, let's tap the screen to get the likes up. Oh, that screen. I like tap that one. Look at that. Anyway, Jack, how you doing? Vital, for options, what should one start to understand is better? Okay, the safest, simplest option strategy is the covered call. That's what I am teaching here. I created this strategy for my 9-year-old daughter. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. All right, down. Ivan just purchased an auto renewal subscription. Cool beans. Thank Ivan. All right, try driving an EV in Minnesota winters. I saw a picture, okay? Seriously, I saw a picture of a Tesla on the side of the road hooked up to a gas generator. I thought that was funny as hell. Thoughts on JEPQ? Hell no. Okay, chicken and biscuit. JEPQ are for people who don't want to invest their own money. They want to give it to someone else and let them do it for them. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay? I don't say anything to anyone about the way they want to invest. But here, I'm looking for simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. You cannot get that with JEPQ. Okay? Tuck, how are you doing today? Okay, Money Dude, Pudgy Penguin. Okay. So, I was thinking about Dollar General is beat up. Okay. Dollar General. All right, let's take a gander. Dollar General topped off around 170. Last year, she was at 130, shots up, 170. Comes down at 120, drops like a rock, Around it goes from 120 to 80. Now we're sitting at 76. The 77.11, the 77 is going for 137. That's almost 2% on Dollar General. Okay, I'm not quite getting why you don't like it. I like the numbers. Let's take a look at the chart. Year ago, 126, shoots up to 170, drops, here we go. Last 90 days, look at that movement. Okay, down, up, down. Now, I like Dollar General. It's all in the timing. Okay, all in the timing. Okay, when it's here, I don't want to buy it. I want to sell it. As it's coming down, it's going to find a new bottom. See this? Finds a new bottom, turns around, goes up, gets to a high, it turns around, comes back down. Now, this is not a jump in, jump out type scenario. You find a stock, get a pad of paper, isolate, put little tabs in it. Okay, stocks I'm looking at this week, great. Stocks I'm looking at next week, stocks I'm looking at in 2 weeks, stocks I'm looking at 3 weeks. See, I do it because I'm old school. I write stuff down. Now, all these stocks, well, look at all these pages. Right? I don't know if you can see those. Can you see them all? There's a whole bunch of them there. So every week, I write down the stocks you guys want me to take a look at. Okay? Over in the left-hand column. These are the ones you want to look at. In the top right-hand column, these are the ones that look good for me. And I say, ooh, I like this. Let me write it down. When I say, let me write it down next week, I turn the page and I write it down. Okay? I like it in 2 weeks. Ooh, I go 2 weeks out and I write down. So as I'm going from 1 week to the next, see, this is this week's, this is next week's, and this one is in 2 weeks. Not very many there in 2 weeks. And then the 3 weeks, there's nothing there yet. But as I progress, because at next Friday, I'm going to turn the page and everything I said, ooh, that looks great for next week. Well, next week's right here. So as I say, oh, let's see what's up for next week. Well, 2 weeks ago, I did this list. And now this list is for next week. So these are the ones, my picks for next week. When I say, oh, that looks great, let's see what it looks like in 2 weeks. Because there's over 9,000 different companies to look at. Well, I can't look at all of them, but I'll write it down, and if it looks good, I'll write it down, and then I'll revisit it. So I got a bunch to take a look at. I think that's about 40, maybe 45 different companies to take a look at for this coming week. So we'll probably go through all these this weekend, see which ones are good. JEPQ is not one of them. I had my Macy's called this morning before today's dividend. Gen X or 99, that's not unheard of. Okay, some people, they do, what do you call it? That's dividend capturing. Okay, somebody probably took a look at that stock and said, you know what, they got the dividend coming up, I can buy it here, collect the dividend, jump out, and do something else next week. It's a wonderful strategy. It was one of the first strategies I tried out with. So, I am writing Dollar General down for 2 weeks, not next week, because it's going to need a little bit more time. Dollar General. All righty, let's go back to this coming week. All right. I think I understand the good side of options. People say stay away. I understand that warrants a similar to options. Okay, Vital. Options, once you understand them, they are awesome. And it depends on how you want to use them. Now remember, you may not know this, so this might be some new information for you, but 80% of all options expire worthless. For options, if a stock moves sideways, it still can make profits, right? You're absolutely right. Okay? Just depends on how you play them. Okay? I always tell people, find one strategy, stick with it, perfect it, and once you're really good at it, then branch off and look at other strategies. Don't look at them all at once. There's way too much information out there. All right, so Gen Xer, sorry about that, dude. Happens. It does happen. Yes, oil stocks are not very good right now. You're absolutely right. Scooby! Scooby wants to take a look at IBM. I like IBM. IBM. It's going to be a no, dude. No, not that I don't like IBM. I do like IBM. The reason I'm saying no is the high's right here. She pulled back. It's too close to the high. Look at all of this. So a week ago, 2 weeks ago, people bought it at 205. Well, it hit 240 on Monday. 205 to 240 is a $35 increase. That's over 15% in a week and a half. If you buy a stock and it goes up 15% in a week and a half, well, of course there's going to be profit taken. So as the profit taken, she comes down. Well, I want it to come back down to here before I jump into it. SPE6S. Don't know how to pronounce that. But OGN. What the heck is OGN? Oregano. No, it's a monthly. I don't do monthlies because the numbers just don't work. Jack, I'm doing good. Enjoying the show. Cool beans. Ooh, Vincent wants to take a look at Newcor. N-U-E. 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 Okay, the high is a little over 200. The bottom, look at this. Wow. All right. 160 to 200. Down to 140, back up to 170. Now it's at 125. Now, Newcor, unfortunately, look at that drop. That's 2 weeks. Okay? Week and a half, a week, week and a half, a week and a half. Okay. Wow, look at this one. Look at that stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks. Wow. I'm just looking at how much time it takes to go down. Because right now we're at 2 weeks to the downside. That is the bottom. It's eventually going to find that bottom. I'm going to write it down for next week so we can keep our eye on it for as soon as it finds its bottom. N-U-E. 125. The 125s are going for 260. Well, that's a nice number. That's over 1%. And I like over 1%. Exactly. Okay, IBM, we already did that one. OGN, NUE, blah, 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 blah. Options are good except for CVNA. Tuck, what is CVNA? Carvana. Yeah, no. Because I'm pretty sure Carvana is not 20 years old. But if you like the numbers, look, here's the bottom. 3 days to the upside. If you like it. Now, does Carvana actually have dividends? CVNA. CVNA. No dividends. Dude, seriously? All right. Gen Xer still made 7% on Macy's over the last 2 weeks. Can't complain. Hey, Macy's is my favorite this year. Hey, Elon Musk is here. Woohoo! Hey there, inbox me now for Trump's financial support giveaway. Tap, tap, tap your screen. What is flying over New Jersey we should invest in? No idea. Vital wanted to ask how to pick a good price for the options, but I still look up in a minute. Thanks for your knowledge. Okay. Ooh, General Motors. All right, Joe, I have a Schwab brokerage. How do I get Thinkorswim? Oh, Joe, that's easy. Thinkorswim.com. And then you just download it. Use the downloadable version. The online version is not as good. The mobile version is too congested. I am a loot box. Do you like Tesla stock? Nope. Is call options the way to make big money? All right, Sean, if you're looking to make big money, okay, hold on a second, Sean. I got something to show you. Okay. No nickname. We're going to take a look at General Motors in a minute. True, the online version is complicated. No. I didn't say it. The online version is, I don't like the online version. I like the downloadable version. I was going to say someone. Who was it? Call options the way to big money. Oh, yeah. Okay, Sean. Sean, you ready for this? Okay, Sean, you ready? This is my website. Give you an idea of my thinking, okay? The 10-Minute Trader. Simple, safe, predictable, 1% per week. Live nightly training, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look what it says right here about us. If you're looking to strike it rich overnight, this ain't it. My main focus is a 1% simple, safe, predictable, consistent. That's 50% per year. You're looking to strike it rich, you're definitely in the wrong place. This is for cash flow, very slow, very boring, very safe. That's what I'm looking for. Safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. So you're probably in the wrong place, dude. I am a toolbox. Projected 15% to 2040 year over year. Well, good for you. How much is the program? Which program are you talking about? AVGO. We already looked at AVGO earlier. My favorite stock is Archer. Okay. All right. So I said we're going to look at GM. Let's take a look at GM. GM is one of my favorites. Okay. General Motors. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look. Up, down, up, down. What's happening right here? 52.66 to 53 is going for 62. That's over 1%. What is the chart telling me? Well, the chart's telling me a year ago was the bottom of the year, and that was 34.55. From there, she's nice upward trend to the high, which was what, 2 weeks ago? Look at the last 30 days. Whoops, right there. Here's the last 30 days. Okay, down, up. Here's the high. Here's your low, which was Wednesday. Thursday was higher. Today is higher. That's 2 days to the upside. Great. The 53s for next week, 62 cents. That is over 1%. That works for me. I like 2%. I like 1% every week. Jaden, how are you today? Now, Jaden, we already looked at AVGO today. We did. Okay? And it's definitely going to be a no for next week for me. Because with that big, huge jump that they had today, there's going to be profit taking on Monday, usually. Vincent, Albemarle, ALB. Ooh, what happened to that? 4 days to the downside. Okay, here's your 30-day high, your 30-day bottom. Wait a minute. Let's go to the 30 days. Here we go. Here's your 30 days. 30 days ago, 108. Drops down to 100. Shoots on up to 114. Today is a new bottom. Okay? So Albemarle. All right. A86. Can you get rid of that guy? Projected 15% to 2040 year over year. Man, had someone tried to scam me pretending to be you today, even sent me a video of you talking to me. Wow. This is why I tell people, you want to talk to me? Send me your phone number. I'll give you a call. I won't send you a video. Okay? I actually call people and talk to them. Do I trade bank stocks? Yes, I do. Oh, wait a second. Top of my head. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, AIG, Capital One Finance, Citigroup. Those are the bank stocks I like. Check out Archer, ACHR, ACHR. Okay. ACHR. Archer Aviation. Oh, there are no dividends. There are no dividends in the time period selected. So why am I looking at it? La 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 la. What is a dollar value your average trade? It changes all year. It's usually between. Hold on. That one's around 23. This one's around 70. This one's all over the place. 2,000, 24,000, 35,000, 74,000. Yeah, that one's all over the place. This one, 48. Yeah, 40s. Okay. I have 6 different accounts. They're all different. Archer just contracted for $430 million with the military, announced yesterday. Okay, but they still don't have any dividends. So how am I supposed to know when they increase in value? Because you got 12 months, 266 trading days, 13 trading weeks in a quarter, 4 quarters in the year. That's a lot of different opportunities with no isolation of when does it normally move. Okay? Dividend stocks are usually paid every 90 days. Just before the dividend is paid, the stock has a tendency to go up. So why would I put a stock in there that doesn't have a dividend, that doesn't give me an indication of when it's getting ready to move? Okay? No. Market Circle, we already looked at Kohl's earlier. Okay, we saw that big jump. Oh no, that big drop. Kohl's has a new bottom. That's today. So we're waiting to find the bottom, turn around, go back up. Jaden, UPS. Interesting. Let's take a gander. The high of the year was last December, 164. The bottom, 123. Currently, we're at 128. The 128.76, the 129 is going for 165. That's over 1%. I like over 1%. What does UPS usually do this time of year? Okay. From the beginning of November, she shoots up nicely right to the beginning of December and then just goes slightly down, UPS, this time of year. Okay, here's your high right there. Look, slightly down. That's UPS. So I'm going to say no to UPS for this week. Alrighty, you guys, it's Friday night. I'm going to call it a night. I'm getting tired. My eyes are getting heavy. I've been busy all day today. So you guys have a great night, and we will see you again tomorrow. All right? Have a great night, everyone. I'm out of here.